Back in 2008, there were 8 doctors, myself and 7 others, and we were just extremely frustrated with how we were able to practice medicine.
They came from the hospital environment. They were all emergency room doctors. They all knew each other. And they decided that they were tired of big corporations telling them how to take care of patients rather than letting themselves dictate how patients should be taken care of.
This concept was born out of a true desire to provide exceptional patient care. There was nowhere else where we could take what we have learned and the experiences we've had and apply them to patient care the way we really wanted to do it.
One of the things that makes Neighbors special is the fact that they are very, very family focused.
Quality care is above everything else, and Neighbors exemplifies that every single day in what they're doing.
This company provides an opportunity to emergency physicians they have dreamt about since the birth of our profession. Emergency physicians are typically hired professionals that typically work for another organization. What Neighbors allows is true ownership into the business. The physicians are the ones that are taking care of these patients, making them feel good, going the extra mile, giving them the warm blanket. They deserve the right to have ownership. At Neighbors, we give that right. We provide that ultimate dream. They get to be the owner.
They want to have power over the way they deliver their care, and the Neighbors vehicle allows them to do that.
If physicians have ownership, they will care more about patients, they'll care more about the facility, and work harder to make our organization successful.
That is something that we've never been able to do before. This business model ensures that every Neighbors Center that we open is going to have the philosophy to carry out the mission that we have set forth.
The model they get to participate in is a limited sort of ownership or partnership and investing into the centers that they're either working in or working around.
The structure of Neighbors is very simple. Each of our centers is a joint venture between the management side and the local working physicians. The number one misstep that companies make as they try and grow is loss of quality. At Neighbors, our quality will be preserved via one prevailing mechanism. We will have a business owner present at all of our centers 24 hours a day.
We try and select doctors who are not only good clinically, but also have a great understanding of their local community.
We want to make sure that they have good patient care, good bedside manner, essentially that they'll become good neighbors. Once they're on board and they prove themselves, they attain the benchmarks that we have set forth, we go ahead and invite them to become an investor. At Neighbors, we hold true to one thing with all of our physician investors. The financials are transparent. You can walk in at any time, talk to our accounting department, our chief financial officer, or even me, and you will get a full and accurate picture of the entire financial health of this organization.
All of our investor docs are very happy with our business model, with the success, with the distributions, with the control that they feel.
I think more their openness, both financially and just emotionally. I mean, they're just telling me how things run and how things work and just give me a lot of support.
This organization is extremely vibrant. One of the main focuses of our organization is to also diversify the customer base. Only through this diversification will we be able to handle anything that the industry and marketplace throws at us. We have recently struck an alliance with the Houston Area Safety Council to provide emergency care, after-hours care, with a tremendous amount of industry in the area. We're also diversifying our service lines to include imaging centers, chest pain centers, concierge health, corporate physicals. We are truly diversifying and leveraging our assets to provide maximum return for our investors. The main thing our investors need to know is we are extremely good stewards of their money.
I would tell any investor, I think right now it's a very sound investment for their own purposes. And I think something as they stick with the model, as we grow, they're going to continue to grow with us and both will be successful in the end state.
So Neighbors has several support organizations that provide the management roles within this organization. Neighbors Health System is the parent company that then holds all of the subsidiary companies underneath. The subsidiary companies include an entity called EDMG, which stands for Emergency Department Management Group. This entity handles things like payroll, insurance, billing and coding, all of the nuances of the business that the local physicians don't have to worry about.
They come to us for our expertise. They come to us for our management, for our financial controls, for our ability to raise capital.
They get to come in, they get to see patients, they get to practice their skill set, be the professionals that they are, and then go home without worrying about a thing. As a physician, you work for an independent company called Neighbors Physician Group. Your employment with that is completely aside from your investment on the facility side. On the investment side, you actually invest in NHS Emergency Centers LLC. This is the actual series LLC that you get shares in. Your local center has a specific series. You own that stock. You own the brick and mortar, the equipment, the inventory, the accounts receivable. That is what you're buying into. You get the physician group, but you also get the facility. That's where you're going to maximize your return on your investment.
Our investors generally see a center go cash flow positive in about 6 months. Generally within a year, they've got a return on their original capital, and going forward, our return on investment is very lucrative.
At some point, we hope to have a partial liquidity event through a private equity firm. I want to be very clear that this liquidity event will not result in a loss of control of this organization. In the hospital, as an employed physician, you kind of have to follow the rules of the hospital. Here, we get to make the rules. This is a patient-focused, patient-centric organization.
If you want to work for somebody else, then you don't want to work at Neighbors. Because here, as a doctor investor, you're working for yourself.
If you are a physician and you want to have some control over your own destiny, then that is the #1 reason why you should invest in Neighbors.
Physicians that are interested in joining our organization are first invited to come on board and get on our schedule. We do not want any physician coming off the street to be a member of our team.
They want to make sure that the standards that they have in place that aren't just required by the medical board or by the state of Texas, they want to have the absolute best that they can.
This is the place that a doctor would want to work.
It's a good opportunity to be a part of a growing company and just to be a part of a good family that's growing together.
We feel that we as physicians are the best group of people to lead this organization and carry out its mission for years to come. That's what makes joining our organization as an investor the ultimate dream.